Hi, I'm Sean Dietrich, and I have a song for you. This is a Christmas song that comes to us from rural Appalachia from 1933. Of course, it's probably much, much older than that, but 1933 was the first time it came to outside ears. I personally can remember singing this song when I was just a little boy, about 7 years old, and I sang it for a women's Christmas Bible study lunch. And they had scalloped cheese potatoes, and I love scalloped potatoes. And I ate my fill, and then I got up there in front of all of those ladies, and I had to sing, and I almost had a moment with the Lord. Well, this song in rural Appalachia was a Christmas song that was widely sung by everybody. But it was first heard by a man named John Jacob Niles, who had been traveling through Murphy, North Carolina. Now, he attended a revival service outside Murphy. Now, revivals in rural Appalachia, especially during the Great Depression, were important events. Now, this culture is so isolated from the rest of the United States that it has largely developed without a lot of external influences throughout the hundreds of years that they've been around. And nowhere is that more evident than in their religious culture. There are practices within an Appalachian revival that seem very strange and unfamiliar and even frightening to outside eyes and ears. And so John Jacob Niles was getting a full dose of that. This revival had gotten so out of hand to the town officials in Murphy that they had moved it outside the city limits. The police had to physically move the revival outside city limits. They were probably doing things like speaking in tongues, shaking, or yelling and shouting, or being slain in the spirit, which is when you fall over right in the middle of church, or perhaps handling serpents, which I have been to a serpent handling service where they handle snakes. And no matter how much you joke about it or laugh about it, because it is the butt of a lot of jokes, it is a cherished faith tradition among these people. And if you've ever seen it done in an authentic way, it's archaic, and it's almost got a frightening beauty to it because these people are sincere in their demonstration of their faith. And John Jacob Niles was getting a full dose of that. And he sees this revival. Now, he's a folklorist. He collects music. He collects lyrics and poems from normal folk. And in 1933, the height of the Great Depression, he sees this revival going on. And attached to an automobile is a stage on wheels, and there's a young girl standing on that stage, and she is singing. She's singing this Christmas song. Now, she is in rags. Her hair is stringy and hasn't been washed. She's got smears on her face. He walks up to her, and he is entranced with this melody. So he asks her to sing it again. Well, she's got a little box where she gets money each time she sings. She's collecting money. So he puts a quarter in. She sings the song again. He loves it. He's trying to remember it, so he asks her to sing it again. He puts another quarter in. He puts in 5 quarters to have her sing it 5 separate times so that he can try to remember it long enough to write it down. Well, he does. He leaves and he writes this song down, and then he publishes it. And this is where it gets kind of sad for me because John Jacob Niles, probably a great guy, claimed ownership of this song. And that happens a lot. It happens a lot in folk music, and it happens a lot today. There are church hymns today that are having choruses and hooks being written as an addendum to that hymn. And then that hymn with that hook is republished, and it's copywritten, and churches get nailed for using a modern iteration of a hymn, which, that bothers me. This is the people's music. That little girl stood on that flatbed trailer singing this song. And I'm going to play it for you now.
I wonder as I wander out under the sky how Jesus the Savior did come for to die for poor, ordinary people like you and like I. I wonder as I wander out under the sky. When Mary birthed Jesus, 'twas in a cow stall, with wise men and angels and shepherds and all. When high from God's heavens the stars light did fall, the promise of ages it then did recall. If Jesus had wanted for any wee thing, a star in the sky or a bird on a wing, or all of God's angels in heaven to sing, he surely could have it